Alright, YouTube, just got some new mail today. Just wanted to rip it open on camera and see what it was. Alright, so we got the SIG Vaultek LifePod. I just passed my concealed carry, so I wanted to be sure to have something I can mount to the frame of the vehicle and store my firearm in case I have to go in somewhere that is a no carry zone, because I do live in a heavily restricted state. Gotta follow the laws if you don't want to get a felony, that's for sure. Sorry about my voice. I do have a little bit of a cold, so I'm just working through this because I want to see this thing. It's also good for like bedside nightstand use. It's also TSA compliant, so you can take this thing on a plane and have no problems. Let's open it up here. There it is. Nice little case, very clean. It's got some weight to it too, more than I expected. I thought it would be flimsier than this. Let's get this bag out. Oh. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's it. Let's get the box out of the way. Sorry. Alright, and we'll just set this down here. So here's everything that comes in the package. You'll see comes with a thick steel cable that attaches to anything really. Not a heavy chain, but enough to keep people from taking the time to remove it from a vehicle. I don't want to get into the case, but let's look at this here. This we have their booklet here, the user guide. Looks like it's got a number there, probably serial number. Support QR code. They also make this. It's real nice. It's like looks like a clock. Has a cell phone charger on top, but it's a safe. Something I've also looked at. That's pretty cool. Tips for the pluck foam. You'll see the pluck foam shortly, so I'll set that here as well. This is just the regular foam. It's kind of indented from that, but that'll come right out once it hits the air. This is kind of indented too. These are pointy, but nice solid foam, very decent. It's got 2 latches, opens up, comes with keys. If you look in the front here, it does have this little pull out part. If I can pull it out, there you go. So you can use a backup key. It also has a mini USB port, or I'm sorry, micro USB, which I don't know why it doesn't have a C, but whatever. So you can plug power into it if it ever goes dead. Also has a spot to put an Apple AirTag. This is phenomenal. I love that they do this. If for God forbid it ever does go missing or it gets stolen, they'd have to open this up to get to that AirTag, and well, good luck, because it's really well manufactured. So let me see, how do I take this out? Anyway, I'll just remove the pluck foam. This is pluck foam, bunch of little squares, pre-cut, not all the way though. Let you shape your case to your desired firearm. Let me just take this out so you can attach there. I didn't factor in the it ought to hold a magazine and a firearm, no problem. Yeah, no problem. I was hoping to fit a box of ammunition in here as well, but I don't think that's going to happen. Actually, I know that's not going to happen, but it's perfect for what you would carry on your person. Set this aside. This appears to be change the master code. Before using safe, change the default master code right away to prevent unauthorized access to your safe. Each time the default code is entered to unlock the safe, the keypad will flash and beep until the new code is programmed as a reminder of your code. See the reverse side of this card for programming tips on how to create secure master code. So yeah, you set a master code so you can enter that and get into it and reset individual codes or reset the biometrics. It does have biometric, which is one of the reasons why I like it. Quick, easy, put your thumb, finger, whatever you program on it, and it just pops open and you go. Also has this on the side here, which is where you would put your lock. You close it, latch it, lock it, and then you can tighten this to a frame. This ain't going nowhere. Looks like too it has a metal backer right here too to give it a little extra protection so it can't be removed from what you put it on. So I'm going to cut real quick and set this thing up, and I will cut back with what I come up with. Be back in a moment. Alright, so I did just go all the way through this. I did program it. I programmed my code. I'm not going to show it on camera. Also programmed my fingerprints. What you do to program it is you press the lock button to light it up, and then there's a program button in here. You hold it down for 3 seconds, and then it'll prompt you to enter a code of your choosing. I think it's 4 to 8 characters. They recommend 6 to 8 to be safe, to make it harder. I went with 5 just to make it easier for me to remember. Also, after you do that, then you can set your fingerprints. Press the lock button again. Instead of holding this program button right here, you would tap it once. The light here, the number 1 would light up. And then you put whichever finger you prefer down until this light turns green. And you do it 5 times and hold it there till it turns green. And then on the 5th time, it'll confirm it's logged. The first 2 times you do it, those are administrative biometric scans, which means they're the administrators. They can change stuff in the system, change the code, add fingerprints, etc. After that, you would press the lock button, and then when you hit this button, oh, it's because it's locked. So hold on, give me 1 second. After that, you would press this lock button, hit this and tap it. It's looking for you to enter your code before it'll allow you to enter the other 3 through 20 fingerprints. So you can enter 20. I entered both my index and my thumb on both hands just because you never know. Battery compartment also right here, single 9-volt. What I thought was cool is if you look right here, there's a little like switch you can put a coin in, or a flathead screwdriver, and that actually turns off the lock, which is great for if you're traveling and say you don't want TSA actually going in there after they already checked your stuff. You can turn off that lock so nobody can get into it, and or you can, somebody that's good at lock picking could probably pick this lock in like 5 minutes. I don't know. It's a pretty interesting key. Kind of looks like newer car keys, so it might be a little harder that I'm saying. Anyway, that's how you program it. I'm going to get to plucking and go from there. All right, so I think I decided I'm going to save the pluck foam for now so I can give this some serious thought, because I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit bigger than this, but it's perfectly fine. I'm not complaining. So I do have a magazine in there right now, and it sits like this, so I could technically have an extra mag in there if I wanted to load it. That's not TSA compliant. Magazine can't be loaded in the frame of the firearm, but I also have the opportunity to do this if I only have one magazine on me, which I won't, because my holster has two magazine, or an extra magazine pouch, I should say, sorry. But real quick, just to go over LifePod, what they say is to latch it first. So do that and then lock it. And I'm telling you, this thing is solid as a rock. I'm probably going to do that phone because I can hear this slapping around in there, and I don't like that. I just don't want to be tied down to one configuration until I give it some very good thought. But then again, if it's just sitting in my car, you know, strapped to the frame of the seat, it's not really going to get banged up too much. Also, if it's in my dresser, safe, then that's not going to get slapped around too much. Really, the only thing I have to worry about is TSA, because I'm not going to drive around with it stored in here in my car if I have my concealed carry. The other thing they say is do not release these compression locks until you unlock the unit. I guess it puts extra pressure on the lock, and then the lock probably fails or doesn't want to have enough power to open on its own accord. But once you do that, you can open those locks, and there it is. Air tag goes there. Got a pouch here for some thin items, credit cards, big pouch up, or no, two little pouches up here. You can put your passport in here if you're traveling, or passports for you and your wife. But yeah, that's it. That is the LifePod Sig Sauer edition. Let's do the honors on camera. Get this thing out of here. Don't nobody need that. Yeah, I am actually extremely impressed with the durability of this thing. That sticker's a little messed up. That's weird. Very impressed with the durability of this thing. I mean, it feels solid, real solid. I thought it was going to be like the box they give you with a firearm, and it just had a lock on it. But no, it's very, very thick and solid. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notifications when I post new videos. I do need to get to 50 subs so that I can go live, which would be a nice thing to be able to do. So I would greatly appreciate it. But until the next purchase, I suppose, take care, guys. All right, so here we have it, guys. This is the Vaultek Special SIG Edition case. Like I was saying before, it's super sturdy. You can hear it. I set it down on the table. It's got some weight to it. Biometric unlock. I got my finger and my pointer finger, my thumb and my pointer finger attached. Let's undo these latches. These are what press the seal down into the ridge of it so that it makes it a little more water resistant. I don't want to say watertight. It does have a limit. It's not IPX8 rated. But I did end up cutting the foam. As you can see, instead of breaking the blocks, I just use a razor blade and cut it down around the edges because I think it's a lot cleaner looking. I do not have a piece back here. I don't think it's necessary because the firearm isn't going anywhere. It's held in there pretty tight. Did manage to fit another magazine. This also has a magazine in the mag well if I need to keep it that way or store it. Did put the Apple AirTag in there. So yeah, like I said, I didn't break the blocks. I don't like how blocky it looks, so I just cut around everything, and it fits superbly. It does have 3M adhesive, 2 pieces on this side to hold it to the side. It doesn't have any in this corner or on this bottom to hold it in. That's because the battery compartment's right here, and you got to be able to get to that, so you got to lift it out. Here there was a piece I did stick. It did separate in the corner here, obviously, so I did have to use some Gorilla Glue tape to stick it on, which is like the the blue lined tape. If you've ever used it, you know what it is, and it's a really big pain to work with, but I made it work. Let me take this out. Set that over there. Take out the magazine and set it over to the side too. It is, there's nothing in the chamber. I did just have it out before I started the video. But yeah, there's the cutout. You know, I feel like it came out pretty good. It's not perfect. Tried to make a little cutout for the front sight. It's not perfect, like I said, but it looks pretty darn good if you ask me. But you can just slide this down in there. Take this, slide this in. It fits in nice and snug. Ain't going nowhere. You know, no shakiness. Close it up and hit these latches. And then lock. Nope, sorry, hold it. Lock. Now it's locked, so if you even open these latches, you can not get in here. This is not opening. Very, very quality piece of equipment right here, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, and help me get to 50 subs. I'm just starting out just so I can go live. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.